One DPL. 75 Frank.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to DPL. Now we've got a match between Slaughterhouse and SPG. My name is Spooky. I'm joined here by Stuff Shark. Shark, how are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. How are you doing, Spooky?
Doing great. We're about to load into this next round because the match has already started. It started at a little bit around like 15 minutes ago. So we are going to be starting a little bit midway through, but we do have the score here. I believe it was it 3 or 4 to Slaughterhouse right now?
3-1, I believe, to Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, that is it's not in the best position right now for SPG, but I mean from the runs we've seen, SPG has been putting up a lot of resistance against Slaughterhouse's very aggressive pushes. So in typical SPG fashion, we might see some very strong defense around here. Yeah, we are seeing that the score is 3-1 in favor of Slaughterhouse right now. And we're right off starting off with a C-store here. A very interesting one, as per usual with these C-stores. We always have these storefront centers with the rooms all around. And the bomb's in arcade, actually. It's a very close quarters type bomb placement. And we are going to see that they are planning on going for this office door. Trying to breach in through here is going to be a little bit of an issue, perhaps. There's a lot of choke points here. They could just get Molotoved in. Very, very tight angles. A lot of opportunity for shotguns to just come out of the woodworks and just absolutely slam down on the attackers. But we do also have the ability of storefront as they are marking out. They can drop in, get that flank on in tellers, go for other opportunities. They could go for freezer. They could go for the power if they really wanted to. There's a lot of opportunity here for Slaughterhouse to move in through the C store, but I don't know. What do you think, Shark? This is
Ooh.
an interesting C store, I think.
Yeah, this is. Oh, well, the ones that had the upper seafront and upper roof access are always interesting to watch on their approaches. I think we're going to see Slaughterhouse go for a side push there, set up for that office based on the lines. But we do see also a good hold by by SPG actually on the sides of Freezer, trying to bob any kind of access to Shed, expecting a possible push on that side there. I think we're going to see. It looks like SPG is set up for a fairly strong hold on office and storage, mostly focusing on that red door. But let's see how it's going to play out with these teams here as Slaughterhouse leaves the truck and they begin their action. Josh up top. And he goes for the drop down with his teammates, so a bit of an interesting position out of the truck there. Set up at the red door. Here comes the breach. Volpe's first into the action here. Dagdog, nice Molotov, but Volpe's will get the kill onto Dagdog. And that will be it for the moment as they push through office. Deus Ex Machina with the rotation. Volpe's going aggressive in here. We'll get the kill onto Deus Ex Machina. Six-sided will get the trade, though, onto Maximus. Will he get the second kill? Here comes the aggressive push, but Volpe's will stay alive against six-sided shotgun. As Birdie and Tibertaran. Oh, Tibertaran gets the pick onto Rain. As Tibertaran with that auto shot, he might wops up Josh. Volpe's gets the kill on Tibertaran. Birdie takes out Volpe's and is down to a 1v1 Zombie Bacon versus Birdie. Here comes the push. Auto Shotty versus regular Shotty. Zombie Bacon will win. Nice round there. It's going to be Zombie Bacon and Slaughterhouse taking the round.
Yeah, Slaughterhouse was not looking good for them right there. When the auto shotguns came in, they just started absolutely slamming with that auto shotty, and then it just became a shotgun battle between the two remaining players. Very close round in the end, but Slaughterhouse squeaking it out with one player alive in the end. And it's I don't know, that push right there by Slaughterhouse was very aggressive. They absolutely just immediately want to go for that map control. They're a very aggressive team, and they always go for very aggressive pushes. You saw right there, they just ran out of the truck, immediately got up on the door, and everyone was in their positions immediately, taking map control right off the bat. And SPG was left kind of scrambling to get back on the defense. But once they got a little bit of a foothold, SPG started taking it back a lot more. So I feel like if SPG can call out one of the Slaughterhouse plans next time, which they did now, but they weren't exactly 100% prepared for it. If they can prepare 100% for Slaughterhouse, I think they can probably just outsmart them, I think, because they have some strong defense rounds if they can stop Slaughterhouse from taking this map control.
Exactly. It was a really good hold there, but ultimately, SPG, they tried to save it, but just couldn't have the time.
Yeah, it was rough for them to try to take that. It's a very close quarters area, and especially with the attacker health, a little bit of advantage, a lot of flashes going out. It's hard to defend that, but they put up a pretty good fight. And now we're moving on to this next map, the factory map, Frozen Forge. We are going to see that the bomb is in the no man's land, having a crate right in the middle of the map, with a lot of angles they could be shot from. trying to go in. I mean, there's so many different possibilities for defenders to be hiding in. So for Slaughterhouse to take this, they're going to have to clear out a lot of angles, make sure they know where each enemy is, and just try to take them out one by one because they're going to be spread out. This is a very large factory map. It's just one big rectangle, and they could be sitting up in office. They could be by the docks trying to defend that, although probably not the smartest move considering how many docks could be blown open here. But a lot of opportunity for defenders to make a move here with snipers and a lot of long range utility or guns rather. And same thing with Slaughterhouse. They can take out the saber. I'm not sure if they've lost it yet. I don't think they have. So if they use the saber here, they might be able to just take off some defender heads here moving in. Especially if they decide to go for that office. That office will give them the height advantage to kind of snipe down at people on docks, coming from storage door. A lot of opportunity coming from that position right there, and I think they recognize that, especially with the power being there. And then they can move in through toxic, be up on shelving, and then they have the height advantage there as well. So we are going to see six-headed with the mop up on shelving as well. A lot of long range utility coming from the defenders.
Yes, it's going to be a very, very long range match, and looks like we're already seeing some action starting up in the office side. 2 currently approaching that red door, make that 3 with Rain and Josh as well. Here comes the breach. Dog sets the barbed wire. A nice Molotov to block the entrance by Birdie. He's going to hold off that push for just 10 seconds. Libertarian is watching the outside, though. Josh is in position. And this is Libertarian waiting for that push. A grenade to get rid of the Molotov. They are to the barbed wire there. A good smoke on the side. Power play has been made in upper office. As they go for the push, Dog is waiting. Looks like those 2 flashes there in that red side of that fan there. And Zombie Bacon from Toxic will get the kill onto Libertarian. As 6-sided gets the nice mop shot onto Josh, trying to push through the fan there. Dog trying to rotate on the sides. Full Peas and Rain still in office. As Dog goes to rotate back with that flare to try and block their view. Mackie Moose with that saber is going to be dangerous. Nice grenade onto Dog. As Dog takes out Rain on the cross. Full Peas will escape and go into the dock, but Birdie is waiting. He spots 1. Here comes the aggressive push by Birdie, but Volpe's will take out Birdie. It is down to Deus Ex Machina in a 1v3. He is hidden in the truck, trying to find something, going for the shots across towards Zombie Bacon. As he takes out Volpe's, has 1 more to go. Zombie Bacon and Mackie Moose, but Mackie Moose trying to get that saber shot across. It's close. It's very, very close. Bomb being defused. Shots raining out. Deus running out of time, trying to get the shot across. He gets the kill to Zombie Bacon as he's going for the bomb. It's 33 seconds left. Mackie Moose versus Deus Ex Machina, and Mackie Moose will get that bomb defusal in time. That's the round for Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, the score is looking very heavily in favor of Slaughterhouse right now. SPG did relatively well to hold off against Slaughterhouse's attack, once again, bringing it down to 1 player in the end. But all Mackie had to do was just tap the bomb once, and that defuse gets done. And considering they didn't have to save any weapons, that was probably the best move for Mackie to take there to just absolutely secure the round. And now it's not looking very good for SPG at all. But I believe they have it in them to take it back, I think.
Yeah, I think SPG have that kill potential. They've had good teamwork so far this round and so far this game. I think there's a chance that they can bring it back, but they have a lot of work to do, taking back 4 rounds to tie it up and taking those extra rounds for the win. It's going to be a tall order, but they have the time.
Yeah, we're going off with a very weird kill house map here, and I believe the green door entrance here is going to be the lumberyard, and a lot of entrances that you could take from the lumberyard, but there's also a lot of possibility for defenders to be hiding anywhere in the lumberyard. But regardless, I don't think they'll be taking that position. So I think that if anything, Slaughterhouse is going to have to. I believe Slaughterhouse is still on attack. Yeah, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So Slaughterhouse is probably gonna just try to go for this lumberyard. It seems they're gonna go for the lumberyard, try to take positions up in office and backstage. And once they're there, they can just take club. It's gonna be a little bit of a difficult position to take, though. A lot of choke points on the way there, and a lot of Molotov possibilities. Lots of areas where you could just get absolutely mowed down in doorways and other choke points. But with smart use of flashes, might not be too much of an issue. We'll see. But the defenders here are going to have to just kind of, I think their best option here is just to cubby up in club. There's only 2 entrances in other than a wall charge possibility on the hallway, but they can kind of take the side rooms on club. They can take backstage and brick house, try to defend those positions. And it does look like that's what's going to be happening. They have people set up in hallway and then mostly near the bomb site, which I think is the smartest move to take. The other rooms seem to be very far from the bomb site, so it's going to be very difficult to rotate there once the attackers take positions. And right off the bat, Slaughterhouse is immediately running off the truck, going straight to their position.
Yep, looks like they are following the plans they had in mind, going from lumberyard to office to back storage to club. We do have a pretty good spread, though, in the middle of the hallway, connecting to lumberyard. So this could be a nice, easy wallbang kills if they are hearing it coming. Slaughterhouse is slowly now moving into position. Well, at least a little slower than they were before. They have all stacked. They're going for the pre-fires. You can see that SPG has rotated back to stay safe. Here comes a flash into office. Birdie with the first one into contact. Going for some pistol shots over towards Josh. Some damage done, but not a whole lot of kills. You can see Slaughterhouse playing a passive. Nice Molotov to block that push, giving them more time to get in and around the sides. We do see the rest of SPG holding in the position, though. Not waiting to go for anything too aggressive just yet. As we see a nice grenade to get rid of barbed wire. A second flash now into backstage. Here comes the push by Slaughterhouse. Birdie will get taken out by Zombie Bacon as Volpe takes out Timber Turn. Josh takes out Deus Ex Machina. And Dagdog coming in with the Molotov to block the push. The problem is it's too late. Zombie Bacon will get the surprise kill onto Dagdog. And Six-Sided will get the trade onto Mackie Moose as Volpes will get the whelming across from Six-Sided. That is the round for Slaughterhouse. A strong push and a strong win.
Yeah, that was very, very well executed by Slaughterhouse. I thought they would run into a lot more resistance trying to go in to the map, but they just absolutely swept all the corners and absolutely eliminated everyone in each room. I mean, Tibor and Birdie immediately went down as soon as the Slaughterhouse decided to pour into backstage, and then Deus Ex Machina sprayed down, Dagdog also sprayed down, and then Six-Sided got one kill on Mackie. Did get sprayed down by Volps immediately through the walls. So they were just on it the entire time. They knew exactly where to be watching. Everyone knew what corners to take. They were communicating very well, and they just absolutely swept every room without an issue. And now, I believe we're at match point now, 1-6 in favor of Slaughterhouse. So it's not looking good at all for SPG in this first match.
Yeah, SPG is just really struggling to get any kind of traction in there. You know, Slaughterhouse, Kill House with a map like that, it's always two ways in terms of wall banging, and SPG just haven't had their shots lined up. They had to try to play it safe, to try to go for something in there to try and get past it, but they just couldn't get the timing down. And Slaughterhouse's over-aggression really just destroyed SPG's chances at a round win. Although C-Store, we'll see what's in store for it.
Yeah, nice pun there. And now we're moving on to the C-Store, like you said. So yeah, I mean, it's that last round. I mean, it did not bode well for SPG. I mean, usually these rounds have been going pretty even. I mean, it's been very close. But that last round, it was very heavily in favor of Slaughterhouse. I don't know if it was just the map, but like you said, I mean, the wall banks could go both ways, but SPG did not make too great use of it. And then Slaughterhouse just immediately took over right there. I can't see the map right now because my game is lagging very badly. So
how would I describe a little bit of the map then? While they have their lines figured out, it looks like we're seeing a lot of Slaughterhouse pushing for a storefront push, a double push on Freezer and Arcade, and it looks like SPG is expecting a shed push from the green door over and into the bomb site directly. They're also waiting for those windows on the outside as a possible kill and positional lockdown there. It could be effective, couldn't be. I think we're going to see a bit of a surprise coming in from SPG. There could be a nice flanking position run route here, possibly, but it's going to be up to Slaughterhouse to be able to counter that out and actually get the round win in there and secure the win. Although I am curious to see how well these teams are going to stack up on this map. Wolf Fortuna, bit of an interesting dynamic and also interesting rotation lanes. I wonder if they're going to break through storage and into tellers as a possible fast rotation in the future, or if it could be done in this round. We do see a lot of the defenders setting up in a mostly storefront position, storefront and freezers, expecting that read from their plans, as we see the rest of the attackers now leaving the van, looking for an opening. They're setting up at storefront. We do have a lot of fast and big and small weapons at the same time. A nice breach on storefront, a smoke on Arcade, as the rest of Slaughterhouse now comes in for the breach. Six-Sided is probably the first one to contact, but Bernie's also waiting with that KR, trying to find an opening. Here comes the flash. Here comes the push. A nice Molotov in the middle of the storefront. Ooh, a grenade to get rid of the barbed wires. It's going to be effective, but it's not going to stop the push just yet. But here comes Rain fast in with that KR. We'll get the kill onto Six-Sided as Josh takes out Deus Ex Machina. Rain gets the kill onto Birdie. Volpes will get the kill on Dagdog. One more remaining as Tipper Terran, and Zombie Bacon quickly makes work of that one. It is the game for Slaughterhouse fairly quickly, 7-1.
Yeah, that just in the end there, SPG, I don't know, they were just falling apart. It did not go very well for them in the end, and Slaughterhouse immediately just taking map control right off the bat. I mean, what can you say? Slaughterhouse is a very strong team, and they're very aggressive with their pushes. They move in immediately when they can, and they try to take as much map control as possible right off the bat. We saw that there. SPG had to scramble a little bit for defense, and Slaughterhouse absolutely just clearing all the rooms.
Yeah, unfortunately, SGC there, just or SPG, excuse me, was just not really able to counteract the overwhelming force and aggression coming in from Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse really making a slaughterhouse within the C store there, and unfortunately, SPG looks like the grenade just was a dud on that game. Hopefully, though, this next game we're going to see them kind of come alive and start to kind of show up on the server. So I'm curious to
Yeah.
see when we're going to start in just a little bit, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I believe we'll have to wait a little bit before we get into this next match. But right now, I mean, I just like to talk about the game. I mean, once again, SPG is always. I feel like I've always seen them do pretty well on defense. They always have a pretty strong defense. They know what they have to watch out for in each map, but they uh, they don't exactly show that in this match here, which is interesting. It might just be Slaughterhouse absolutely just dominating on attack, and I think that's probably what it is. I mean, Slaughterhouse is a very aggressive team, and they always push in very aggressively. They know exactly what corners everyone's going to be watching. Everyone has their roles, and right there, we just saw that Slaughterhouse just, yeah, like you said, making a Slaughterhouse of everything. It's rough.
Indeed, and that's going to be it for a little bit. We have 5 minutes to go until the next match will be getting started in 5 minutes. So we will be right back.
All right, welcome back to DPL. Once again, we've got Slaughterhouse Esports versus SPG. We did see that Slaughterhouse came out with that first match 7-1 against SPG, and I think I don't know, that's just out of character for SPG. I think I've seen them do a lot better on defense, and I think that they can definitely bring it back in the second match. I think they're just getting a little bit used to Slaughterhouse's very aggressive play style. So I think once they get that under lock, I think they can start winning some rounds here against them, and we can see them tying up the score here. What do you think, Shark?
So it's a bit of an interesting performance that we saw from SPG. They weren't necessarily playing bad per se, but it really seemed like they were struggling to get any kind of traction, any kind of real kills against Slaughterhouse's overwhelming force and overall just out kind of strategizing a lot of the places that SPG were kind of going to. I don't know if that's from Slaughterhouse doing a little more scrimming, some more playing in the game directly versus SPG. But I'm curious to see this next game, now that they've kind of figured out how they're going to play and how these styles are going to work, if they're going to ultimately be the ultimate kind of comeback, I guess, for SPG versus Slaughterhouse, or Slaughterhouse are going for a speed run to see how fast they can get through a game of DPL.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible for SPG to bring this back, and I don't know. I think it's just a matter of them just getting used to Slaughterhouse's very strange play style. I mean, they know exactly what angles they need to be watching. They know exactly where they need to keep their eyes and their guns aimed at. And so I feel like SPG just needs to get a little bit more used to that, and I think that they can bring it back.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a chance for the comeback to happen, although it's going to be a tough one if these teams are going to be as they were that last game.
Believe the teams are getting ready here, so we are going to switch to them very, very soon. But get your predictions in now, which, I mean, right now, by the time you hear me say that, predictions are going to be long gone. But let's just hope that your predictions are right, and we'll see if either team wins this out. Slaughterhouse definitely has the possibility of closing it out with a second match, and SPG, I feel like, also has it in them to bring that comeback in. So we'll see what happens.
So, Operation Northern Bison. Bit of an
Yeah.
interesting dynamic of map. I'm curious to see how these teams are going to opt to push this. It looks like Slaughterhouse going for a direct checkpoint to office push to club.
Yeah, maybe. I
Interesting.
mean, that's definitely interesting because I mean it's actually not that bad of a take because it's a very kind of close, like direct entrance to the bomb. This is a very interesting map. It's kind of weird to see that the green door is so close to the bomb rim because we're seeing that checkpoint right here. I mean, taking checkpoint in general might be an issue because there's a lot of windows you could get shot from trying to move into checkpoint, but I mean, if you can take control of this area, you can at least just move straight into office, completely ignore having to go through red doors. And I don't know what's up with the lockers red door. It's kind of not needed at all, but you can just go straight for checkpoint, go into office. Bit of a rough take in office, a lot of areas where people could be hiding with shotguns and SMGs. But once you get that, you can just move straight into club, flash out. A lot of windows to try to keep track of the stage area of club as well. So, or actually those windows are really high up. So if anything, they can toss in flashes through the windows. They can toss in frags. They can really clear out the stage just by using their utility here through the windows. So they can aid their office push. So I think this is a very interesting map, and it's definitely going to test both teams' coordination here and how fast they can either rotate or adapt to the situation.
Exactly. And looks like we see Slaughterhouse going for a bit of a setup. Looks like they were thinking about going to the red door in office, but are going to opt to go 5-stack checkpoint. It's going to be fast and hard, fast onto checkpoint. But they're going to have a hard time going through the hallway, going into club. There's a lot of windows in the club. So it's going to be a bit of a danger when they go for the pre-fire on that side of checkpoint. It is clear, but we can hear them already going for the pre-fires across, at least from SPG's side, into those areas there. There comes the push in office. A flashbang on Birdie as Zombie Bacon gets the kill into Birdie. Mackie Moose gets a double kill into Dagdug and Deus Ex within that club. Tibertarian trying to get a lucky shot across. Trying to push out from backstage. They're already on the bomb. A nice Molotov from Tibertarian will get the kill onto Volpes. Six-sided coming in on the backside. He will get the kill onto Zombie Bacon as Rain will get the kill into six-sided. It is down to Tibertarian last alive in a 1v2. Josh and Rain versus Tibertarian. Tibertarian coming on the backside. Rain will get the kill on Tibertarian pushing in through backstage. And that's the round for Slaughterhouse, 1-0.
That was unbelievably aggressive coming from Slaughterhouse. We saw Mackie didn't even stop to check office corners, just immediately ran in and started taking people out. We got a double kill on the entrance. That was very interesting. And then, I mean, even SPG. I mean, they saw the attack happening and they didn't really falter much. They immediately started rotating into the site, and we actually saw that people were wall banging to hit the bomb diffuser, which they were successful in. They also had a Molotov drop onto the bomb to delay the diffuse even further. It didn't help too much, but it definitely still did delay them. So SPG was on their feet, like they were ready. They were ready to be absolutely rushed by Slaughterhouse, and they worked with it pretty well. But in the end, Slaughterhouse just taking control of the map was too much, and it's definitely difficult to deal with that. And so now we are starting off on a factory map now, with Slaughterhouse once again on attack. Very interesting map layout here. We are going to see that shelving is a very large area separated by a board there, right between the middle, trying to connect those two shelves. And we are seeing the bomb in a completely open area. There is not even any cover covering that bomb whatsoever from office or docks or anything. So a lot of possibility here for defenders to shut down any diffusers. But we are going to see that Slaughterhouse does want to go for a power play here. So that might help them a lot if they decide to go for that.
I am curious to see, though, what SPG is doing on that backside of shelving, setting up for a possible fire or a breach through the fan there. I'm wondering if they're going to expect a push on that office and storage, probably a double push there. We'll see how they stack up and where they split up the sides there.
Yeah, so on that last map, they went completely eco. They didn't use any explosives, so they definitely are gonna go through some breach here. So yeah, I feel like SPG should plan for some explosive charge breach here to make sure that Slaughterhouse doesn't get any map control. Because once you give Slaughterhouse a little bit of map control, they're gonna make great use of it and immediately just spread out and completely rain down fire on everyone. And we're going to see six-sided with the mop over at Toxic, which is one of the main points that Slaughterhouse wants to go for, getting that power.
Indeed, we see the Slaughterhouse breach happening on office. They go for the Molotov block. It's going to give them 10 seconds. It will allow time for SPG to rotate on the backside. We do see a split push on office and on storage. Is Zombie Bacon going for the green door breach? We can see a bit of a rotation now coming from Dagdog, trying to cover two at once. They get some shots off towards Josh, but it looks like Birdie with the Ingmar will get the kill on two Volpes. As Zombie Bacon will get the flanky kill into Dagdog, Rain takes out Birdie. As DSX comes in for rotation, the power play on Toxic has now been made. You can see the rotations coming out from the attackers. Mackie Moose on the outside, Zombie Bacon on the inside. Coming in on the cross, Tipperturn is waiting for this push. Six-sided gets the pick, though, onto Rain with that mop. Nicely done. The problem is Fan and Mackie Moose. Oh, Mackie Moose will win it against Six-sided. Couldn't quite get the kill in there from Six-sided. But Tipperturn, danger close with that shotgun. We'll get the kill to Mackie Moose. As Dis X will get the kill on the flanking kill onto Josh, leaving it to a 1v2. Zombie Bacon with 1 HP versus Tipperturn and Deus Ex Machina. Tipperturn on the rotation as is Deus Ex trying to cover their sides. Zombie Bacon 1 HP. Deus Ex not a lot of health, but Tipperturn stacked up all the way with health. He's doing fairly well. 52 seconds remaining as Zombie Bacon slowly clears out the angles and the sides. Here comes the slow peek. Going for some pre-fires across. Tipperturn, danger close with the shotgun. It's going to be dangerous, but opts to back away. Will he go for the save? Looks like he's going to pick up the Saber and will escape and save that round. Save it for another round. There is one more in this stack of maps to play, so it makes sense to play it passive. But will we see a push coming in now from the attackers towards that bomb site? Are going to opt to stay safe. They do have a Gruber and a Tub, so it's not quite a valuable weapon. But still, it looks like they are setting up for a pre-fire across. DXX trying to get the shot across. He's not going to get it with that shot and that weapon, but there is a chance if he goes for the push. Tipperturn goes for the push. Zombie Bacon watching for the cross. DSX, nice shot across into Zombie Bacon, securing the round for SPG and able to reacquire that Saber for now the attacking force.
Yeah, that is that's a very big win for SPG right there, clearing out the Saber and also getting a round up on Slaughterhouse. It was looking very even for the most part. I mean, Slaughterhouse was clearing out a lot of people, but then eventually SPG started picking it up, and Tipper with the shotgun was doing very well and holding off that right side push, and especially with that barbed wire placement down by shelving, I think it scared off Zombie Bacon from pushing further with the saber, and I think after that they just had to clear out that last player, and then now they have no utility saved from that round. So now SPG has a very strong advantage against Slaughterhouse to win this C-Store map.
Indeed. It looks like it's going to be a very, very interesting C-Store map. Operation Dark Shark hits close to home. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how they play this out here. We do see Slaughterhouse looking to set up for a storage breach fast into storefront. It does make sense. They're a very, very aggressive team. SPG, I'm curious to see what the counters are going to be, if they're going to opt to try and hold the sides like before, or they're going to go for something a little bit similarly aggressive, but just in a defending style. Curious to see what's going to happen here.
Yeah, they seem to be. I'm not sure whether they want to go for that storefront shutters breach or if they want to go for storage, get that wall charge in, and go for storefront. There's a lot of possibility here, and if SPG guesses it right, they can get ready with a Molotov and just absolutely delay that push right off the bat. We know that Slaughterhouse gets very aggressive on their pushes. They move in as soon as possible. So if they can get a Molotov off, they can start taking off some damage on Slaughterhouse right off the bat on the breach. If they can call out which one they're going to go for, but it does look like they're going to go for the storage breach, which I think SPG is ready for. And along with that, I mean, they can also get the shutters just by running through storage and going for tellers, as seen right there. They've marked it out. They want to go for that tellers button, so they can have a sniper out front. Although the only thing they have right now is a black tart to snipe with, because they did lose the saber last round. So if they get those windows open, it's not going to be as strong as if they had a saber, but they still will get some visual advantage over the defenders, even with a black tar, and especially with the bomb room being in the storefront. That's a very strong position to be taking. Six-sided just slamming into the freezes to break the glass.
That is a way of breaking it, although it looks like it is breaking the ice in a different way. We do see a setup here, double, 3 on storefront, 2 on the top side of storage. We're going for a split push. They go for the breach on storefront. You see SPG looking to block the push. That isn't actually happening. It is a bait as the rest of the team is set up on storage. They go for the shotgun breach on the door. SPG still kind of watching for storefront, but it's still just focused on that side as they now push in through storage. Going for the pre-fires on arcade. We do see SPG looking to pincer around. Fighting position. Zombie Bacon with the wall breach kill onto Birdie. Multiple flashes coming out. Josh, first one in. Battling out, will get the kill on a 6-sided and gets taken out by Dag Dog with that auto shot. He's Tipper takes out Mackie Moose on the cross, pushing into the storefront. Zombie Bacon now danger close, but Deus Ex Machina. Volpe's will get the kill. Actually, Zombie Bacon will get the kill with the shotgun onto Deus Ex as Rain takes out Tipper Terran. Dag Dog coming in from behind with the auto shotty. Not someone you want to have in that way. So the Volpe's will get that kill, and Dag Dog securing the round for Slaughterhouse 2-1.
That was very well played by Slaughterhouse. So they ran by the storefront and they door charged the storefront. So it wasn't actually a wall charge that they used on the storefront at all. They just used the door charge there to just immediately bait out Molotovs and get the attention of defenders on the south side of the map. And then once they did that, they just continued rotating up to storage. They got ready on the wall, and I guess they probably heard people on the other side of the wall, and they blew it up, immediately pushing out. And then they had other people, 2 of them, go towards the tellers and open up that storefront. I mean, just a lot was happening that round. And Slaughterhouse, they did run into some issues with the auto shotty, but they immediately cleared it out, and just a very well-made plan by Slaughterhouse, knowing that SPG was going to be waiting for a wall charge push on either end. They just immediately baited them out and got that Molotov off right off the bat. That was very, very well played.
Definitely the big brains coming out from Slaughterhouse. On this upcoming map, Kill House, this is going to be Operation Northern Bison. It is going to be definitely an interesting one to see how SPG are now going to push this side. Slaughterhouse fairly quickly went through the checkpoint and went through the office and club there for the direct push. I'm curious if they're going to go for a possible split push on checkpoint and office with the red door. That could be an interesting opportunity to get a surprise that the defenders might not expect.
Yeah, I mean, just in this map, I feel like the best entrance would just be going through checkpoint. I mean, it's a very obvious entrance, but it's the best one because you don't have to use any utility. You have a pretty good chance of taking the bomb site, and if you're able to use your utility well and flash in and aim very well, then I mean, it's pretty much a free site from there. So I don't know. I feel like going through checkpoint is the best option, which means that Slaughterhouse ideally would be setting up to hold off against this checkpoint push and not in the bomb site. Because if they're in the bomb site, they can get flashed very heavily, and there's not a lot of cover to hide behind in club. I mean, there's only like a few tables, and the stage. And the stage can be absolutely just eviscerated, even from the doors and just from anywhere. They can just wall bang through the hallway. There's not a lot of spots where they're safe in club, and even backstage they could still be wall banged from the hallway. So a lot of opportunity to be wall banged here, as per usual on Killhouse map. So I'm hoping that we'll see Slaughterhouse get ready for a checkpoint breach. And it does look like they have the barbed wire there, two barbed wires in fact, to delay the push even further. So they definitely are expecting this checkpoint breach, and they even have barbed wire, safety barbed wire set up on backstage lockers. So I mean, they're prepared for anything. They're not taking any chances here. They want to win this round, especially since they're going to be. They know that SPG is going to be going eco here most likely. So they want to win
Indeed,
this and get the advantage.
they definitely are playing it smart and are playing it to win. As we see SPG now set up for the breach on checkpoint, coming around the side, they are slowly making their way across. Slaughterhouse holding the line, just staying safe, not looking to make anything too aggressive here. Maximus going for a pre-fire, hearing it across. 6 trying to get the wallbang across as well into Maximus, will not get a kill, but we'll get some damage done into Maximus. 6 taking a little bit, but not a whole lot of damage there. Deus Ex pushing in on the hallway side, looking for an entrance into possibly kitchen and lockers on the rotation. You see Rain set up with a nice Molotov on that breach. Tiberturn looking for the angle across into Rain, but Rain is stuck with a bad spot there. He has the KR, which is a good weapon, but not an ideal position for sure. Not a lot of options if he gets grenaded. We see Dagdog setting up with a flash. Oh, Birdie taking some shots, but will stay alive. Here comes the double flash. Rain still flashed. Ooh, Rain will get the kill into Dagdog as Birdie will take out Josh on that push. Rain trying to get the flanking kills here. He will get triple team there by 6-sided. And that is office secured for SPG as the rest of Slaughterhouse trying to rotate around. Only 3 remaining. Not a lot. Ooh, 6-sided. Nice wall bang into Mackie Moose. A good Molotov to stock that breach as Deus Ex gets the pick onto Volpes as Volpes took out Birdie. It ends with just 1 remaining for Slaughterhouse. Zombie Bacon in a 1v3 scenario. Here comes the breach to get the grenade to get rid of that barbed wire, and here comes the somewhat fast breach. 6-sided throwing in the flash. Here comes the push on Club. Zombie Bacon looks to try and get a wallbang kill onto Tiberturn. He does get that kill at Tiberturn. It's a 2v1 now. 2 to go. Oh, but 6-sided will get that kill on Zombie Bacon. And that's the round for SPG, tying it 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing significantly better than they were last time. And immediately just tying out this score. Slaughterhouse is having some issues with the fence here. We did see a lot of interesting wallbang positions here. They did line up some hallway wallbangs, but they did it extremely late, which I think probably costed them quite a bit of damage. And they did get that wallbang onto bomb, so it definitely did delay them quite a bit from defusing. But it's not enough in the end. I mean, it's a 1v3. What can you do right there if you're if you're Zombie Bacon? So I mean, it's doing a lot better for SPG this time, and they're definitely prepared to start winning this match. And Slaughterhouse is going to have to start thinking of some more big brain plans if they want to outsmart SPG here.
Yeah, I think unfortunately Slaughterhouse just kind of got caught in a bad over rotation on that right-hand side. They kind of weren't expecting the office push. They were thinking it was going to be down below. And by the time they took control of office, Slaughterhouse, the last 3 players remaining, didn't have a lot of room to really go anywhere. They couldn't really flank around the side because it was too late. But it looks like ultimately SPG, they tried to save it back. Zombie Bacon did his best to try and clutch it, but just couldn't quite get it in time. And we're back at Factory on this now half sides. Blood Spear, Operation Blood Spear. There's some debris on the storage. It looks like we're in storage for some interesting gameplay on this rounds here. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Slaughterhouse now playing it passive as we see SPG, a normally kind of semi-fast, semi-slow team, going for a push on storage, it looks like, out of the gate.
Yeah, and I mean, once again, we saw that last round. The defense was successful during this round or during this map. And we saw the office breach last time. We saw them go through storage, go through that little hole in the wall right there to land in shelving. But I mean, it's a hard map to decide who's gonna have the advantage here because, I mean, right now the score is even. The matchup is starting to even out. I think SPG is starting to get used to Slaughterhouse's tactics a lot more now, and we're seeing now that they want to go for maybe the same kind of breach that Slaughterhouse did last time, going for that office and storage breach. But hopefully they'll do better this time because last time the breach kind of fell apart. A lot of lives were lost trying to just get into the shelving area. We saw that the Saber came in through fan, I believe, once that power was shut off. But then there was a shotgun ready to greet them right there on shelving. So they have to be worrying about a lot of angles here the defenders could be hiding in. There's a lot of choke pointy areas, especially down by shelving in the south area. Very, very big choke point for it to actually go through. So if they take this top bridge, they'll have an advantage, but there's still not a lot of cover. There's only one box to hide behind, and it looks like Mackey's going to be taking that cover right there to make sure they can snipe out that area.
And it's going to be an interesting one to see what SPG opt to do. It looks like they're setting up for a possible push on storage. It's six-sided with the Saber up in the red fan near shelving. The breach has been made at storage, but Slaughterhouse is holding the line, waiting for this push to happen. Mechamoose is close with that mop. If they do go for that door, Birdie will be the first one into contact, running the Ingmar of all weapons on attacking. Definitely unique. They're making that with the pre-fire across with that leg roast. Will not get any kills, but will definitely surprise them. Birdie, first one out. Mechamoose will get the kill to six-sided. The Zombie Bacon looks for the cross kill. Oh, but Birdie will come out on top against Zombie Bacon. Josh is there to try and get the rotational kill, or at least the refrag with that Gruber. It's a long shot to make, but it is possible. Definitely will be a challenge. As Mechamoose, nice shot into Dagdog. Doesn't get the kill, but does get a nice some damage in there. Ooh, fast push there as Mechamoose will get taken out. He takes out Deus Ex Maximus taking kill onto Mechamoose as Volpes takes out Deus Ex. And a fast push now coming in from, looks like Rain is actually doing a nice rotation there. Tibertarian's stuck in a tough spot there. Dagdog looking for the shot across into Rain. As Josh tries to find this cross angle here as Volpes holds the angle, holding in Tibertarian. Tiber definitely in a non-ideal position. Only 1 HP and running the AP-25, not an ideal place to be at, for sure. You see Dagdog looking for an angle across into Volpes. Look to try and find a position here and find an angle. Volpes isn't totally safe in this angle, though. He could get flanked by Dagdog. Ooh, Dagdog will get the kill into Volpes. Rain will come in for the rotation onto Dagdog. Oh, but Josh will get the kill into Tibertarian, and Rain takes out Dagdog. That's the route for Slaughterhouse, 3-2.
Wow, just another defensive win on this map. I'm starting to think this map might be a little bit defender-sided, just a little bit, perhaps. It's definitely a difficult map to attack. We did see that Mackey did put up a pretty good fight against the Saber on six-sided on the outside, and you know, they got a few kills cross map. There was a lot of long angles on this map. I didn't realize until I looked very closely that, I mean, you can shoot all the way from shelving all the way to office, all the way to the back of shelving where the fan is to office. So very long angles. We did see that most of the attackers were using AP-25s, which is a bit strange, but I mean, sometimes you had to save some weapons for the next map. C-Store might be good for Blacktar if they can get that shutters open. They can snipe in from the outside. Not a lot of cover from cars on the road, though, so if they do get those shutters open, a lot of cover they can take cover behind. But regardless, they do have the opportunity, I believe, to wall charge in. I don't think they've used the wall charge just yet. I think they've only... yeah, we've only seen eco pushes, I believe. I don't think we've seen any charges. Do we have any charges last round? I completely forgot.
I don't think we've had any charges.
Yeah.
We might have had one on fan, but that just only one charge. The last one was Killhouse, so...
Yeah, so I think they're definitely in a strong position to have a lot of angles they can take control of here on the C-Store map. So a lot of opportunity here. Will SPG make good use of it, and will Slaughterhouse see through it? I don't know.
It's going to be an interesting one to see what happens here on Operation Dark Shark. We're back on this map. It's going to be a very, very aggressive, I think, possible push by SPG as they're setting up for a storefront double breach and split across the storefront and freezer and storefront to Teller across into office and then into the bomb site. We do see not a lot of things coming out from Slaughterhouse on the map. They're looking to keep their cards close. They're not looking to make any mistakes. Don't want to give out anything just yet. Curious to see how they're going to split it and spread it. SPG, though, this is the last round of this map side, so it's going to be in essence, a buyout round. Anything they got, they're going to use it, and they're going to throw it at the wall to see what sticks.
Yeah, and we are going to see a lot of planning lines coming from SPG here. So there's a lot of complication to their plan, it seems. And here they are coming out of the truck, getting ready with their charge, I believe. Yeah, they have 2 door charges here. So they're getting ready to absolutely just take control of this map.
Yeah, this is going to be an explosive map for sure. We do see, it looks like they're setting up for a green door breach on Shed. Zombie Bacon is waiting with the auto shotty if they do go for that breach. Josh is waiting at that storage, looking for the wall bang across with the, I believe that is the Legros. Not sure if they'd actually get the kill, but they do go for the freezer breach. Oh, but a double push as well into office. Nice Molotov to stop block that push, but Birdie will escape past and looks like he will do some damage towards Volpes. We're getting any kills or any real damage, but we'll definitely get some shots off as Josh pushes now into storefront. Unfortunately, Slaughterhouse still staying alive, still going for the action here. The office breach has now been made fully by SPG, partially. Linebacking though, let's get the kill on the six-sided, pushing in on that arcade side. Oh, but Libertarian will get the wallbang breaching kill onto Volpes. Maximus trying to stay alive. Ooh, looks like power has been turned off for this map, but is back on in an instant. Bit of a surprise there. Is Deus Ex about to run into an auto shotty on the top side there. It is a combat shotgun versus auto shotgun, so you never really know who's going to win the fight there. A grenade in the middle of storefront, not going to do a lot of damage. Oop, looks like Josh about to get UAV zapped. Battling against Dagdog, danger close. Dagdog will get the flanking kill onto Josh. Josh took out Birdie. Deus Ex, though, will get the kill to Zombie Bacon. As the kills come back and forth, it is down to a 2v2 now. Rain versus Dagdog, danger close, and Mackie Moose versus Deus Ex Machina, who's now equipped the auto shotty that was on that previous defender. So it's going to be an interesting one to see how they push this. Rain with the KR, Mackie Moose with the mop. He'll mop one up onto Dagdog, has one more to go. Danger close with the auto shotty versus mop, but Mackie Moose, he gets the shot, danger close. Oh my god, wow. Slaughterhouse will win the round 4-2. Wow.
Yeah, that that round, there was a lot happening right there with the breaches, the wall charge, and right at the end there, Mackie just showing their skill with the mopper at the end, immediately sniping out Dagdog out of the tellers, and then continuing to get that pistol right up close, shoving it on their forehead and taking them out. Just a very interesting round indeed. Just a lot was happening, and it looks like Slaughterhouse is up quite a few points now, so it's going to be a little bit tough for SPG to bring it back now that they're on attack here.
I think there's a chance that we still can see SPG come back. They do have the rounds to do it, but it's going to be a very tough one on this these 3 rounds here.
Yeah. Oh, breaking burn
interesting.
Here. Very interesting map, actually. Yeah, they've got this fountain right in the center, which just has a lot of angles to the bomb room. If you see here, the windows lead straight from hallway to club. We have just more hallway into club here on the windows. Just a lot of angles here. If you can take a hallway, and considering checkpoint, the green door entrance is right next to these windows, we might see some combat happen very, very early on if they decide to go through checkpoint. And it doesn't look like they want to go for that because, I mean, it's kind of a free entrance. They could also go through office, as they are pointing out there. If they go through office, they can get a side flank onto club. And so if they put pressure in through checkpoint and they also put pressure in through office, Slaughterhouse might find themselves in a little bit of a risky situation to defend from both angles of attack. They have to be worrying about these windows. They have to be worrying about this door here, people pushing in. A lot of things that could be put on pressure here for Slaughterhouse. And it looks like SPG might be taking good advantage of it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this is going to play out and which side they're going to go for. If they're going to go for the checkpoint breach directly or going for a possible push on lockers. It looks like they're setting for office, but because this is Kill House and there's so many wall bang positions here, I am very curious to see how this is going to play out and what they're going to opt to do ultimately. Although it does look like Slaughterhouse to set up for a push on office. This is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, because like you said, a lot of wall bang spots. So, I mean, even if they're not directly in the rooms, they could definitely still just spray through the walls, but not a lot of opportunity to do that. This map seems to be very, I don't know, the layout doesn't allow too much for wall bangs. It's mostly just the window angles.
Okay. Let's see how they set up here for the office push. They have all 5 here. Tiberterno is on the backside. He will go for a smoke on the hallway checkpoint area here, looking to try and bait it out. There comes the red door breach. Volpes will be the first one into action. Dagdog is point, but ooh, the Molotov will almost take out Tiberteran. We'll get some chip damage into the rest of them as Birdie and Deus Ex split off from their team, respectively. Volpes, though, will get the kill on Tiberteran. So Bacon trying to stay alive, goes for the max spray. Volpes, though, will get the kill onto Deus Ex. As we see a rotation. Oh, but Dagdog will get the kill on Zombie Bacon, trying to rotate out of that office position. As we see the rest of Slaughterhouse trying to go for the flanks, but Volpes, ooh, what a nice Kobe grenade there on the six-sided. Volpes holding the line hard and firm. As Volpes gets another kill onto Dagdog. Is that an ace for Volpes? Yeah. That is insane in the membrane. 5-2 for Slaughterhouse.
Wow, what a strong hold from Slaughterhouse right there. Just absolutely holding that with a shotgun, not allowing anyone to get through at all. Wow.
Wow, man, Volpes, do not push Volpes with a shotgun. Today I learned, yeah, don't don't do that.
Yeah, that
Oh
is
man,
the kill house effect of just the shotguns will absolutely ruin you if you get too close.
definitely. Wow, what an interesting performance there from Slaughterhouse and from SPG. Unfortunately, they kind of got corralled in that position to where Volpes could just outplay and outposition their timings there and just destroy them before it even started. Volpes definitely earning the team a win there.
Yeah, they had a lot of flashbangs going off in that room, but not a lot of pushing. I mean, we saw that. I think I saw like at least like 3 flashes go into that room, but they kind of stayed in the back corners of the room, so they had to push in very aggressively if they wanted to take that. In Slaughterhouse, just taking advantage of that, just standing their position, and just Volp's just absolutely dominating with the ace right there. And now we're moving on to Operation Apollo Spear. Factory map, bit of an open one as well. Very different from the last one we had. The last one we had was very choke pointy, very closed off. A lot of long angles, however. But in this one, seems to be a lot more open. There's still definitely a lot of choke points that they could get stuck in, especially in shelving area. Shelving seems to be a very big area for a lot of small and close quarters angles, as per usual. And office, once again, having a sight line onto the bomb might be a big area of attraction from both teams to take control of. And I mean, the green door entrance here servers doesn't really help too much, although they could go for it, try to get some alternate angles. If they want to go for office, they can clear out storage from servers. They could go in for that split push if they really wanted to, but we have seen that SPG likes moving in all as a team, which can work out pretty well in some cases, but in other cases, as we saw last round, could go very, very poorly.
Yeah, I'm
So
curious to see how these pushes are going to work out and if they're really going to come out alive through this aggressive push here on the shelving. Yeah, Green Door is just not really a lot of value for the team. It could be it uses a split push possibly, but Office is definitely going to be the more attractive push on that side. And we see the rest of SPG now set up for these. Well, he's coming out towards that shelving position there. Slaughterhouse is set up fairly closely towards that shelving and perch access area there. As Macamoose is set up with the mop. He is the aim goat, at least for this game for now. Birdie, first one on point, going to go for the cross. They're setting up for the breach. They're waiting, they're watching, and they're going to be going around the side. They're going to go for the other red door in office. Volpes holding the line again is going to have to try and battle it out against these 3 players. Make that 4 now as Libertarian sets up the breach. Here comes the breach on that side there, Josh. Oh, a nice Molotov to block that push. Volpes already rotating out. Going to play safe. Let Zombie Bacon be on point with the leg roast. First one into combat as Macamoose is also waiting with that mop. Coming for the angles across. Josh going for the wallbang approach towards this push from SPG. Brady took a little bit of damage. Here comes the flash. Here comes the breach. Macamoose getting taken up by Deus Ex Machina. Zombie Bacon waiting for the push. Opts to go back and around. Oh, Volpes will get the pick onto Deus Ex Machina as he gets another one onto Birdie. That's 2 kills now for Volpes. About to be 3. Here comes the smoke. Oh, nice push there by Josh onto Dagdog. As Libertarian will get the kill to Zombie Bacon. And Libertarian gets another kill onto Volpes. Going at that side. Libertarian coming in clutch in this aggressive push. Six-sided, though, gets the kill into Josh on the backside. Nicely done there by Six-sided with that Saber. As Libertarian rotates to join his teammate there. It's a 1v2. Rain versus Six-sided and Libertarian. As Rain waits for the cross. There is a flare in the middle of office, but I believe the power is still on. So, might just be a distraction device. We do see a push now coming in from storage towards servers. Will Rain hear the rotation? He is set up for it. Looks like they're slowly making their way across. Time is running out. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Here comes the push. Oh, here comes the flash. Rain going. We get the kill into Six-sided. Has Libertarian left to go. Libertarian is going for the smoke and will go for the push in. Goes for the pre-fire across towards Rain.
5 seconds left on that defuse.
Oh, he's running out of time. There's no time left. Rain just has to stay alive.
Oh yeah, there's
Might
no
just go
time.
for the kills. Yep. Rain coming in clutch. That's going to be the round for Slaughterhouse. 6-2. That is, I believe, match point as well.
Yeah, now we're at match point here for Slaughterhouse. SPG has been putting up a pretty good fight, but it's getting very, very in favor of Slaughterhouse here, especially with these round wins. They're putting SPG in a very, very tough position to start winning some rounds. I mean, it's not looking good for them. Slaughterhouse has been showing a lot of dominance during this game and this matchup as a whole, just absolutely rushing into the sites, putting a lot of pressure on them as defenders. And SPG, I don't know, I still think they have it in them to bring it back, but man, it's gonna be a really tough battle if they want to try to do that. So
Mm,
it's
uh,
just I don't know.
yeah, I don't see it from SPG on this game. They've tried. They've had some lucky moments, but they just haven't had the total team momentum to really get the round wins in here.
Yeah.
Although on Broken Saber, their chances might change. They might see some seashells at the C store. Just have to wait and see how it'll plan out and who's going to ultimately take it. SPG though definitely are on the back foot.
Yeah, they're on their back foot, but maybe this interesting bomb placement might help them a little bit. I mean, this is a very weird spot to try to defend for Slaughterhouse. The freezer is I don't see this bomb placement very often. Just the completely open freezer as well. All the doors are just set up right there, looking straight into storefront. So if you take storefront control here, you can just spray into freezer and not have a care in the world if you want to try to take that. And a lot of lines going off in office. It seems like they maybe want to go for shed, perhaps. They could wall breach through the fence, get that power, and go for office, and then move into freezer from there if that's the route they want to go for. But they could also take the green door entrance into bathroom, as they are pointing out here. They could go for tellers, get that storefront button open, and then once they're there, they can just move straight to the freezer shelves. A lot of areas they could go for here, and it's really a tough round for SPG here because they're on the match point here. If they lose this, Slaughterhouse is going to take this win here, and it's just not good for them at all. I mean, a lot of areas they have to worry about if they're attacking this, especially with freezer being so open. Even if they do take storefront, they can just kind of take cover behind the bomb as defenders if they really want to and trying to spray through those windows. But it looks like Rain and Josh are just setting up in tellers, huddling themselves in into cover.
Indeed, they're just waiting for the push from SPG. They're waiting to show what's going to be in tellers. The 6-sided Dag Dog looking to set up the respective sides on storage and tellers. Bit of a spread across there. Looks like Deus Ex trying to get the breach in towards the green door and shed, try and bait it off. Looks like Slaughterhouse not falling for it, just waiting for the push, holding the line. This is going to be a dangerous breach. So they go for the free green door push in on the storage position. They go for the flash in on bathroom. Zombie Bacon is waiting with the auto shotty, but looks to have waiting. He's waiting and watching. 6-sided wicket to count of Rain. Oh, here comes the auto shotty, finally getting in there. But they've already pushed in towards tellers as Josh takes out Birdie. But Josh will get another kill onto Tipper Turn. The 6-sided takes out Josh. Oh, and Zombie Bacon coming in for the flanking kill. Will get one onto Dag Dog. Gets two onto Deus Ex Machina. It's about to be 3 against 6-sided here. Looks like the push not going in favor of SPG. It's down to just 6-sided on the outside. Zombie Bacon versus Mackie Moose. Here comes the push by 6-sided. He's about to get surprised by Zombie Bacon, giving a present right in the bathroom. Oops, 6-sided picking up the KR. Here comes the push by Zombie Bacon, looking for the wallbang across. Here comes the flash. 6-sided now coming in to bring it back. Looks like 6-sided gets the kill on Zombie Bacon. It's a 1v1 now. Mackie Moose versus 6-sided. And 6-sided comes in clutch. He secures it for SPG. They're alive for one more round. That's 3 to 6.
That's another ace.
Wow,
right there
that is
from
fantastic.
6-sided.
Wow.
I mean,
Jeez Louise.
That's crazy. So, I mean, 6-sided was that was interesting. I don't know if the red door was open already, but 6-sided was set up outside of this red door, and knowing that you could kind of do some damage through the red door, and considering how well this angle is for this red door, 6-sided stood outside here with the black tar, and as SPG was pushing in through bathroom, started spraying through that red door and took out one of the defenders, and that immediately put the favor in for SPG, and they started taking out tellers. And then they let 6-sided in by kicking open that red door. Very, very smart play coming from SPG there. And 6-sided just clutching it out right there with the ace, getting 5 kills on Slaughterhouse members. Absolutely devastating for Slaughterhouse there. I mean, that's their match point right there. And now they're kind of evened up on utility here, but Slaughterhouse is in their element here with attack sides. So SPG is going to have to really, really pay attention here on defense and really call out some plans if they want to take out Slaughterhouse here on their attacking rounds, because we know that Slaughterhouse is very, very aggressive on their attacking rounds. So if they take any map control, it's not going to be good for SPG at all.
It does look like SPG though is setting up for a hallway office kind of half push here, and they're also putting on barbed wire on club. They're looking to try and at least block off some access points to the bomb. I'm curious to see where they're going to actually position themselves within the total area of the map. Not a lot of options for flanking around in this map, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to see it across. I'm curious to see how Slaughterhouse are going to go for the push. It looks like they're setting up for a checkpoint to office to backstage into the bomb site directly. So we're going to be curious to see how this will work out and how these teams are going to ultimately face off on this map, Operation Breaking Burn.
Yeah, I mean, saw last time that office breach did not go very well at all for SPG. We saw that Wolves just absolutely dominating with the shotgun in office. Um, just did not let any SPG or SPG members through office whatsoever. So this time we are going to see that Slaughterhouse wants to go for an eco, perhaps. They want to go through checkpoint, grab that office control, and then move in through club like that. But they are going to run into a little bit of a force here from SPG's side. They have some barbed wires set up in the hallway, and we are going to see that I believe Tibor is set up with a shotgun and kitchen. So if they decide to go through that area, they are going to meet Tibor there with the shotgun and Dag Dog with another barbed wire ready to slap that down if Slaughterhouse does get a little aggressive there.
And looks like they're setting up for a breach on lockers, possibly, but they opt to just make some sound over towards that
Yeah,
position.
they're just baiting them out, I guess, just trying to put SPG on their toes.
It is somewhat working, though. We do see them kind of coagulated over towards the club, trying to wait for a push on either side. Tibetarian and Dag Dog, probably the first ones to get into combat if they do go for the breach. Tibetarian is waiting. Here comes the pre-fires coming from Slaughterhouse. Here comes the flash in towards hallway. Volpes will escape and go past. Birdie does get some damage into Volpes. Volpes almost taken out. Here comes the push. Tibetarian will stay alive in this battle, but they already called out information. Dag Dog coming in for the rotation on the opposite position, though. Having to rotate back and out. Mackie Moose chasing, but will does not get the kill. Birdie going for the long shots across with that Ingmar, not finding the kills. Ooh, here comes the Molotov on that push on office, stopping him in their tracks. A good grenade to block off some of the barbed wire. Didn't get the barbed wire in the actual door, but did get some of it near it at least. Some flashes coming out towards that backstage of club. Oh, Six-Sided gets the pick on his zombie bacon, and here comes the push from Slaughterhouse. They get the kills. Rain will get the kill on the Six-Sided as Dag Dog takes out Mackie Moose. Josh takes out Dag Dog. Nice rotations. Rain getting a nice flank kill onto Birdie. And it is down to 3v2 as Deus Ex Machina looking for the shot across. Rain, though, will get the fight against and get the win against Deus Ex Machina. It is down to a 2v1 now. Tibetarian in the back with half health versus Josh and Rain. It is all down to Tibetarian coming in clutch. He's going to have a tall order. They're already on the bomb. They're already defusing it, trying to get to the barbed wire. Only a pistol remaining, and Rain will secure the final kill of this game. 7-3. Slaughterhouse win both games.
Yeah, that is devastating for SPG right there. I mean, they had a really good defense going on right at the beginning. They put Slaughterhouse down quite a bit of health right off the bat, but Slaughterhouse, once again, just pushing in with all their might and immediately taking out all the defenders on the site, just not letting them get anything there. And Slaughterhouse winning on an eco, I believe. That's devastating for SPG.
For sure. It was a good play from SPG overall, but just couldn't quite get in the traction and ultimately the kills they needed to get the rounds and the game in on this side. So Slaughterhouse definitely showing who's boss, securing the games fairly quickly and fairly without real much of a contest at least. So nice to see both teams doing well and ultimately a bit of a fast one there, but still intense and still fantastic from both teams. So well done.
Yeah, both
GGs.
teams played very well there, and I mean, even if SPG lost there, they still definitely showed that they're a force to be reckoned with. They put up quite a bit of a fight against Slaughterhouse. Even Slaughterhouse, absolutely dominating them in some rounds. They've brung a lot of their health down very, very low, and they won a lot of very clutch moments coming from Six-Sided there. I mean, with the ace on C-Store, that was very, very clutch coming from them. So they definitely have the possibility to be a very, very strong team. It just might be that Slaughterhouse is just an absolute force to be reckoned with, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Slaughter, SPG have nothing to be ashamed of. They did fantastic games. Didn't only get the round wins in, but did get a lot of chip health and a lot of overall positioning and counter tactics against Slaughterhouse. They're really, really well. Ultimately, just couldn't quite secure the last little bit there to get the rounds win in their favor. So still, both teams, well done.
It looks like that's going to be that for today. We are going to be ending this very, very soon. But yeah, both teams, once again, very, very well played. And a lot of interesting rounds coming from both sides as well. A lot of clutch moments, a lot of aces, 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
And just, I mean, this match has been very, very intense. And Slaughterhouse coming out with a well-deserved victory on their end, showing that they're a force to be reckoned with. And we'll see what they can come up with next time we see them. But it looks like that's going to be all from us. Shark, do you have any closing words for us?
Closing words. I want to say thank you guys for watching. It has been a fantastic game and a fantastic series of battles here. Ultimately, it was the stronger side coming out on top, but still, well done. GG's, and hope to see y'all very, very soon.
Yeah, and very, very soon we will see you. And just make sure to keep in tune for the next few matches and the next few weekends, and we'll see if Slaughterhouse keeps up their reign of victory here.